Hello everyone, it's our fourth week under quarantine. We ran out of bread and we decided to make our own. So it's back to the future. What I'll share with you today is a rather simple recipe, so you shouldn't be afraid even if you haven't cooked or baked before. The ingredients are quite simple. 100 milliliters of milk, which is about half a glass. Again, 100 milliliters of water, half a glass. 1.5 teaspoons of salt, regular table salt. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I use extra virgin. A packet of baking powder, baking soda. I use the vanilla flavor, which I like. And 3.5 cups of flour, regular flour or a whole flour, whichever you like. I'm using the whole one. And of course, you can add other things into this bread according to the taste that you like. We like nigella seeds, which I'm going to add. And in addition, I'm going to add some herbe de Provence, which will add some freshness into the bread. So that's it. Now, first we start by mixing the dry ingredients. We have our flour in the cup, so we will add the baking powder into it. Lovely smell of vanilla. And of course, our salt. Now we mix it quite evenly so that both the baking powder and the salt are evenly distributed in our flour mix. In a larger mixing bowl, we start adding our flour mix. We don't add all of it. About 2.5 glasses of it should be sufficient. So leave some more for the later part of the recipe. Then we add our milk. Our water. And the olive oil. And start mixing. Slowly and evenly. You can use your hands. I might have to do it later in the process, but I start with a spoon. When the first part of your dough is almost ready, it is time to add the rest of the flour. And keep working your dough. When you're working the dough, if you like, according to your taste also, you can add some more olive oil. We like it very much. It makes the bread more juicy. The dough is ready, and now we're going to have to wait for about 20 minutes for it to rest and get ready for the oven. So after about 20 minutes or so, our dough is almost ready. It has risen somewhat. It hasn't risen a lot. You might have noticed that we haven't used any yeast in it, so we don't expect it to rise widely. I prepared a baking tray with some olive oil and some flour so that my dough doesn't stick. So I'm going to place the dough right in the middle of it. You can push it a bit. And now the bread is ready to go into the oven. Now I've heated the oven to 180 degrees and I'm going to cook it for 35 minutes. The oven is nicely heated. I'm going to place it right in the middle and start waiting. 35 minutes is up, so we turn off our oven and ready for the surprise. Ta-da! Our bread is done. Now that our bread is done, let's see how it looks inside. Crusty. There you go. It looks perfecto. And next to it, of course, we can recommend some Chateau Talbot from Bordeaux, some feta cheese, which goes brilliantly with fresh bread, and a cheese from the Pyrenees.